What would you do if you had a gift that could change your life forever? For UConn's Azzi Fudd, that moment of decision has arrived. She's been called one of the purest shooters in women's basketball, a generational talent whose journey has been marked by both breathtaking highs and devastating lows. And now, as the WNBA draft approaches, one question hangs in the balance. Is it time for Azzi Fudd to take her talents to the professional stage? In this video, we'll take you inside the factors that could shape one of the biggest decisions in women's basketball this year. What's at stake? What could she gain? And what might she lose by waiting? As one analyst put it, this isn't just about basketball. This is about timing, opportunity, and making the most of a career that can be painfully short. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this decision matters, not just for Fudd, but for the future of the WNBA itself. To truly appreciate Azzi Fudd's situation, we need to start with what makes her special, the shot. Basketball scouts have a term for players like Fudd, pure shooters. From the moment she steps on the court, defenses adjust. They track her, face guard her, and still, the ball finds the bottom of the net. These aren't just good numbers for college. These are elite shooting percentages that would translate immediately to the professional level, the kind of numbers that change franchises. Fudd's journey to this point has been nothing short of remarkable. As a high school prospect, she was considered generational, a player whose shooting touch reminded coaches of the all-time greats. But what many fans don't see is the work behind the talent. Sources close to the program say Fudd regularly arrives hours before practice, putting up hundreds of shots with a shooting routine that hasn't changed since high school. It's this combination of natural ability and relentless work ethic that has WNBA scouts salivating. In a league where spacing and three-point shooting have never been more valuable, Fudd represents the prototype of the modern guard. WNBA offenses increasingly revolve around players who can shoot off screens, create their own shot, and space the floor. Sound familiar? That's Azzi Fudd's entire offensive arsenal. But talent alone doesn't always determine career paths. Sometimes the journey takes unexpected turns. If basketball is a story of triumph, then injury is often its most challenging chapter. When Azzi Fudd tore her ACL, the basketball world collectively held its breath. A player with her trajectory facing the most feared injury in basketball, it was the kind of setback that has derailed many promising careers. What followed was months of grueling rehabilitation, the unseen hours, the painful progress, the mental battle of watching from the sidelines as her team competed without her. Sports medicine has advanced dramatically in recent years. ACL tears, once career-threatening, now have recovery rates above 90% for elite athletes. But the question isn't just about physical recovery, it's about returning to form. And here's where Fudd's story gets interesting. The data suggests she hasn't just recovered, she's evolved. Her shot selection has improved. Her defensive positioning is more disciplined. She's playing smarter, not just harder. This resilience hasn't gone unnoticed by WNBA scouts. In fact, some insiders suggest that overcoming adversity has actually increased her stock. Professional teams aren't just drafting talent. They're investing in character and perseverance, in the ability to face setbacks and emerge stronger. The league's history is filled with players who transformed injury setbacks into comeback stories, players whose careers reached new heights precisely because they learned to adapt, to overcome, to reinvent their games when necessary. But even with talent and resilience, timing can be everything in professional sports. The WNBA draft isn't just an event, it's an ecosystem with its own complex variables. Current projections have Fudd as a potential first-round selection in the 2025 draft. But what exactly does that mean for her future? Let's talk compensation. WNBA rookie contracts are structured based on draft position. The difference between being selected early versus late in the first round can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars over the life of that crucial first contract. Then there's team fit, perhaps the most underrated factor in professional success. Organizations like the Chicago Sky have openly expressed their need for shooting specialists who can stretch defenses and create space for their established stars. Tactically speaking, Fudd's skill set would immediately translate to multiple WNBA offensive systems. Her ability to move without the ball, to catch and shoot with minimal space, and to read defenses would make her an ideal complement to established stars. Timing adds another layer of complexity. With the NCAA season concluding soon, Fudd faces a narrow decision window. Each game she plays now is essentially a live audition for WNBA decision-makers who are calculating her potential value. History offers interesting parallels. Players with similar profiles who declared at the right moment often secured better positions and opportunities than equally talented players who waited another season. But the draft isn't just about basketball potential. It's about life trajectory. Professional basketball isn't just a career. It's a platform. The college versus pro decision represents fundamentally different environments. On one side, the structured support system of UConn, the chance to compete for a national championship, the comfort of familiar surroundings. On the other, the professional demands, higher competition level, and global visibility of the WNBA. Beyond the game itself, WNBA players increasingly leverage their platform for endorsements, media opportunities, and social impact, avenues that could benefit someone with Fudd's marketability and reputation. There's also the sobering reality of professional sports careers. They're short. The average WNBA player competes for just 3.5 years. Each season is precious, each opportunity finite. The basketball landscape contains cautionary tales of players who delayed turning pro, only to see injuries or changing draft landscapes diminish their professional prospects. It's the cruel mathematics of athletic careers. The clock is always ticking. For Fudd specifically, the WNBA represents more than just basketball. It's a chance to inspire the next generation of players, to build a personal brand that transcends the sport, to write her own chapter in women's basketball history. As women's basketball continues its unprecedented growth in popularity and investment, players entering the league now stand to benefit from expanding opportunities both on and off the court. So what should Azzi Fudd do? The evidence points toward a compelling case for declaring her elite shooting skill set that perfectly matches current WNBA needs, her proven resilience in overcoming injury, the potential first-round draft position, the ideal team fits with organizations like the Chicago Sky, the platform to build both athletic and personal brand. But ultimately, this decision transcends analytics and projections. It's about a player's vision for her future, both immediate and long-term. Whatever path Azzi Fudd chooses, one thing is certain. Her combination of talent, perseverance, and basketball IQ ensures that her impact on women's basketball is just beginning. The only question that remains is which stage she'll choose for the next chapter of an already remarkable career. This has been Prime Field. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the decisions shaping the future of sports. And let us know in the comments, what do you think Azzi Fudd should do?